Hello and welcome to Lunchtime Politics on Channels Television. I'm Millicent Walker. On the news this hour, PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar and his party have officially filed a petition against the victory of Muhammadu Buhari at the 2019 presidential election. Mr. Abubakar and the PDP are praying that they be declared winner of the election. And there appears to be a dramatic legal logjam in Bauchi State as the APC and its candidates have gone to court to stop the collation of the Tafawa Balewa local government area to determine who wins the governorship election. An ad hoc staff in some parts of Oshodi in Lagos are protesting non-payment of allowance after the work done at the elections. Welcome everyone to the program. We begin with President Muhammadu Buhari, who is, we hear, in a security meeting with heads of security agencies. Now, some of those present at the meeting are the Chief of Defence Staff, the Service Chiefs, the Inspector General of Police, the Directors General of the DSS and NIA, as well as Chief of Defence Intelligence. Also attending are the Chief of Staff to the President and the Secretary to the Government of the Federation. We'll bring you more details of the outcome of the meeting as we get them. So apparently legal battle, the legal tussle trailing last month's presidential election appears to have officially begun, with the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, filing his petition against the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari at the polls. Mr. Abubakar and his party are challenging the election of the President Buhari and the All Progressives Congress on the grounds of alleged massive riggings, malpractices and non-compliance with the electoral law. In the petition, Mr. Abubakar and the PDP are praying that they be declared winner of the election. In the alternative, the two petitioners pray the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal nullify the poll and order for a fresh one that will be conducted in lines with provisions of the electoral law. The National Legal Advisor of the PDP, Emmanuel Nyodem, says more than 400 witnesses have also been assembled to testify during the hearing of the petition. Well, to the presidential villa, it appears the Buhari team are looking ahead, and perhaps one thing on their minds is fulfilling those things that they promised at the campaigns, the policies, the programs, the project audit committee they recently set up by President Muhammadu Buhari. They're working to produce a document that will summarize all promises made by the president during the 2019 presidential election campaign. Well, the media aide to the vice president, Mr. Laolu Akonde, revealed this to State House correspondents at a media briefing. The committee, which is headed by the vice president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, was inaugurated last Friday to prepare and produce a detailed working document that will guide the new cabinet members on the direction of the administration. And according to him, shortly after the inauguration, the committee held its first meeting and would continue to have regular meetings until its work is completed.
The Presidential Committee on Programs, Policies and Projects Audit that the President instructed to be established has since resumed its work. You were there on Friday when the committee was inaugurated by the Vice President, who is also chairing the committee. After the inauguration, the committee has since went ahead to hold its first deliberation, and we continue to have the regular meetings, until its work is done. Now, its next meeting is going to be next week, probably by the end of next week. But even between now and then, the work of the committee continues because, there are other background, compilation and consultations that are going on. And the important thing is to just assure the nation that the Buhari administration's second term is going to take off, with detailed programs, detailed policies after the work of this committee has been done, and to assure the people that everything that was promised by the president during the campaign, all of these things are going to come together in a very specific implementation document that will be produced by the programs, plans, and policies of this committee whose work has started.
And the Federal High Court has stopped INEC from going on to collate and announce the results of the Tafawa Balewa local government in Bauchi State. Now, in a suit filed by the APC and the governor of Bauchi State, Justice Eko Ejembi stopped the exercise until the determination of the suits. The plaintiffs had asked the court for a declaration that INEC cannot review what a collation officer has cancelled, and having made a pronouncement for a supplementary election, they cannot go back on it. Definite hearing has been fixed for the 20th of March 2019. INEC had announced that it will no longer go ahead with a supplementary election in Bauchi State. Instead, it will conclude with the collation results in the remaining local government area in the state. They also told the court that the powers of the electoral officer, having declared the election inconclusive, can only be overturned by the court. The court asked the parties to maintain status quo until the substantive suit is heard and decided on. Well, prior to that, INEC were making preparations for the collation of results in Tafawa Balewa, which was underway. And INEC had said that the supplementary election in the state, but it will only complete the exercise by concluding the collation of the Tafawa Balewa local government area. Of course, we know that the election in the state was declared inconclusive, and days after the exercise of March the 23rd was fixed for a supplementary poll. It's a build-up to the declaration of that, which began with the controversy over the result from Tafawa Balewa. The collation officer claims that she was forced to announce the result under duress, but was quick to add that the result was genuine and signed by all party agents. Now, the returning officer has, however, rejected the result of the local government area on grounds that due procedures was not followed while filing the result in a new replacement sheet. Well, the All Progressives Congress in Bauchi had kicked against the decision of INEC, and this is to, before, of course, the court case, and that's to collate the governorship results from that particular local government area, Tafawa Balewa. The Bauchi State Governor and APC candidate, Mohammed Abubakar, had said that he was heading to court, and this is what he told correspondents when he was interviewed at the villa where he was.
I came to brief Mr. President. I am not seeking any action of Mr. President. You know Mr. President is a stickler for procedure. And what I pointedly told him was, I'm not here to seek for you to interfere on our behalf, sir, but to brief you on what is happening and then what actions that I have taken. I am pursuing the legal angle. And I briefed him, and he emphasized on that legal angle, that is the best approach. The returning officer for Bauchi State, at the end of collation, rejected the results of Tafawa Balewa local government, and then 36 other units spread around 15 local governments of Bauchi State, and ordered a rerun. Surprisingly, we woke up one morning and INEC came up with a procedure that is not known to law. Because where a returning officer has made a declaration, only an election petitions tribunal can reverse that. But INEC is attempting to reverse itself in the case of Bauchi. And when one juxtaposes that of Bauchi and other states with inconclusive election, one wonders why that thing is happening only in Bauchi State.
The Bauchi State Governor and APC candidate when he met with President Muhammadu Buhari at the villa. Well, the People's Democratic Party, they're alleging plans by the APC to scuttle the collation process of the Tafawa Balewa results. Well, let's get more on this, what's happening on ground, from our correspondent Hajara Aliu. She's covering, she's looking at, of course, Bauchi State and their preparations also, which was intended for today with regards to the Collation Center. if we have Mr. Liu, tell us what is happening in Bauchi State at this time.
The controversies surrounding the result for Tafawa Balewa local government area will be put to an end any moment from now, as collation is set to resume in this hall at the State Collation Center at the INEC headquarters in Bauchi State. There is heavy presence of security inside and outside the INEC headquarters. There are so much anxieties and there are lots of expectations. We expect to see a new collation officer for Tafawa Balewa local government area, and we also expect to see the conclusion and announcement of results for that area. What is not certain is whether a winner will be announced today or whether there will still be supplementary elections in Bauchi State. Party supporters are already waiting outside INEC headquarters to hear the outcome of this collation. From the Collation Center in Bauchi, I am Hajira Alim for Channels Television.
Well, Hajira there with the latest, but let's really understand what is happening, what will be happening in Tafawa Balewa, joining us from our Abuja studio. So I believe we have him on Skype, Rotimi Yukami, Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman. He joins us now. We need to really find out if you're going to go ahead with the collation of results in Tafawa Balewa. And we've, of course, got the Federal High Court saying that all collation and results announcements should stop.
Thank you for having me. This is news to me, the issue of the court order. My understanding is that the collation will go ahead as planned, and that is the preparation that the commission has made. But I've also received calls from Bauchi asking me what the commission will do because of this court order, and it's news to me. I've been trying to reach the resident electoral commissioner to get updates, but I have not been able to reach him. So I cannot comment on that now until I'm able to reach him to find out exactly what is going on. But the preparations that we have on at our end is to go out with the collation.
But if you take what the court has said, and what would be the next step for INEC to stop the collation?
That's what I mean by saying that I need to speak with the resident electoral commissioner. Preparations have been made. I don't know what experience the commission has had in the past with this sort of thing. That do you stop collation? Do you stop the process when the court order comes? Have we been served? If we've not been served, the collation exercise will go on. It depends on when the order was made, you know. So I need to really speak to the resident electoral commissioner to find out exactly whether we are in receipt of that court order and when it came, and whether, you know, you still go ahead with it.
Latest with Rivers, you did say a particular date will be made with regards to elections in that state.
I didn't get that, please.
Rivers State. Where are we with Rivers State and the elections?
The Rivers State election will go on as planned. You know, it was suspended because of the situation on ground, and we've issued a statement to talk about what we experienced. Our collation centers were invaded by armed gangs, and we weren't happy about that. And we had to suspend the thing when it became clear that the lives of our staff and even the voters were at risk.
All right, we'd like to ask that you hold on, Mr. Rotimi Yukami, as we take a quick break. We'll continue that discussion and also bring you more on the court sacking the Delta State APC executive. We'll return with more details. Join us again.